So, welcome to the last live. I can't do that intro, but welcome
to the Last Live Podcast, episode 2. We're here, we're going. It's me again, Lewis, also known as Oxman, and Dan, also known as Rushhh. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed episode 1. Thank you for subscribing, and let's get into this.
I absolutely love that.
Fuck it.
We're back again on another Friday, here to talk about Call of Duty and the CDL, mainly the CDL, as we've just had the first week of games. What a week we've had. How are you after that amazing intro? And I really love that.
I'm good, man. Yeah, we had a good first week of games. Our predictions were okay. We didn't do too bad prediction-wise, I should say that. And some of the matches, oh my god, Overload. Hey, what are we saying? I'm saying sick game mode. Watching the pros play it. Some of the moments we had over the last week, we'll get into them in a bit, but fucking hell, they were lit.
Well, yeah, before we go into the Overload, I actually wanted to go and give a bit of a personal update on something that this is a funny story that I thought we were going to start off with, because I have been watching so much Call of Duty this week that, like, I was doing my job. And this is the first time Lewis is hearing it as well. That I was out at a customer's house and I was carrying some stuff, and their dog had pooed on the driveway, and I was about to walk into it, and the woman told me and said, watch out for the dog poo and all that. And I moved out the way because I didn't see it, because I was like carrying, so I couldn't see down. And I literally went to her. I went, good comms. To like a middle-aged woman. I have been so addicted to Call of Duty and watching so much COD, and I've been so online that I went and said good comms to a random person. So I thought I'd go and bring in that embarrassing moment just to start.
Watch too much COD, guys. It fries your brain.
But I've been watching so much COD. I literally went and said good comms to a random civilian. So all right, let's get into it. Because as you said, we had this week. We had overload changes coming into season 1 update, and the initial thoughts on the game modes now that it has the new changes. We spoke about last week that we needed changes to go and make this a viable mode. Pistol only now. You're not allowed to go and carry the objective with your knife or a main gun, which goes and adds a bit of strategy. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, even though the pistol is OP. Like it is similar power to a normal gun anyway. As long as you got a quick trigger finger, you can hold up a battle, as we've seen obviously over the last week. But I mean, yeah, I'd say Overload is a good adjustment, a good add to the season. It's very, very like upbeat, keeps you interested in what's going on, unless you're just getting slammed like some teams did do.
Oh, shout out to Heretics.
And Heretics, we're with you. Spanish, we got you. Other than that, I mean, giving the pros maybe more time to get used to the pistol before chucking them in the deep end during a league game might have been a bit helpful. But hey, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, that was really interesting. If you're not quite aware, the season update came out on the Thursday, and we had our first games on the Friday, and they had to go and adjust to the brand new changes instantly.
Well, same with like exposure as well, with all those map changes. They didn't have time.
Yeah, it is.
So the ones playing it, fair play.
Go for it.
The ones playing, like them going in and picking that map and not banning it or whatever, is a huge thing. But like, I guess with Blackheart as well, you didn't really have much choice in what you could pick.
No,
so you just go strength, I guess.
Yeah, the Call of Duty really do pick their times, don't they? They go and bring this massive, the biggest update they've ever done, a day before the CDL starts, which just goes and throws some teams right into the deep end, having to literally play their first match. And you could see the players literally trying to pull out their knife, because they didn't even know that when you're carrying the ball, you can't pull out your knife. So then they're trying to adjust and all that, and then they get ran over the ball. I can't remember who it was. I saw one player run over the ball.
When Scrappy thought he had it, but he didn't, and he kept running on exposure. That I think it was like A site. He thought he picked it up, so he split into the point. And he hasn't got it, and he just dies. And we're just like, Scrappy, you're so close.
I'm just quickly checking my notes, but I'm pretty sure one player also ran, picked up the ball and was like trying to drop it so they could take the gunfight. Because that is one of the fair advantages now of having the pistol. You said that it works the same as like an AR now, it can absolutely beam people, but you only have 10 bullets versus 30,
Yeah,
so it
exactly.
is
Yeah.
it is a disadvantage as such. But if you have two people frying in front of you, you can absolutely go and clean up kills
But
very easily.
who do you give the EMP to? Like,
Sensor.
it depends what you want to lose it. Okay.
Um, He'll
Like,
run the rock.
would you prefer your SMG having it or your AR or maybe your Flex or like
It
what?
really is situational because if you're thinking of a map like Scar, you would rather have your SMG running it, I think, because
Yeah.
you don't want to lose one AR on the map. But then a map
Mhm.
like Exposure, for example, I think you want your SMGs running wild, so your AR probably would do it. The problem is, as you said, everyone's got a trigger finger now, so like it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Um,
You can all shoot a gun. Like,
yeah,
congratulations.
they all have the tap triggers, like the
Mm.
mouse click triggers, don't they? So on
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
scuffs and their battle beavers, so it doesn't really matter. But
Mm.
I feel like it's gotta be map dependent, and it really takes a good team that you have multiple people rather than, as I jokingly just said, having just an OBJ player like Sensor just run it every time. Although
Yeah.
on the Falcons they probably should leave Exnid with it every time. Or
Nothing
Celium.
against it.
Celium's really good with the pistol, but I mean, yeah, Exnid. He had a life map, but I don't know. Maybe you throw it to Legend if you're Surge, you know, like them type of players. We'll get into them
The
guys
one you
later
can
on.
give to. Like, just say, hey, yo, you take it. I got you. Don't worry about it.
No,
That's all you
absolutely.
need.
But one other thing we did go and find out is the OT rules have changed as well now. So when you're carrying the ball, you get an extra 30 seconds, and if you die, then it instantly ends the half. But it goes and gives
Mhm.
an extra one last chance. And then we saw in the FaZe Thieves game, was it, that we saw the last 4v4 as well?
Yeah,
When
what was it? It was like if you can win whilst holding the ball, it extends, doesn't it? And
yes.
then they capped it. Then it was a four then it was a 4v4.
Yes, they
SMG.
brought it to 4-4 on the score and then
Yeah,
4-4 in lives. But
yeah.
as they got it, they killed two players that instantly eliminated them. It was like crazy timing. Um, and
Then the
then
BZ just ran with it.
yeah,
I was
I
like,
was gonna say
wow.
yeah, we'll go deeper into it because that was crazy. But like, Beezy ran the whole way. But that was the first look at the new rules of Overload, and that was pretty
Yeah,
interesting. And it was actually on the Map Express, which is Exposure. Jeez,
yeah.
I've got Black Ops 2 in my mind. Exposure,
He
where
loves
we've
it so
actually
much.
had a new update to the map. So the P4 has gotten changed, so it's no longer
Yes.
under that silo. It's now in the what is it, like a balcony, I guess. Guess that's what you call it, like the walkway. It's now gone into
Mhm.
a special room that they've got and made, and the staircase has gotten completely cut off the cut. Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't really change the map too much. It just goes and makes the P4 a little bit easier to hold.
Mhm.
And I don't think that staircase was very useful as is. Like
No,
I suppose it is a
you would get your
rotation to
team
the
on it anyway.
it is a rotation to the overload objective though, kind of.
Yeah, there is a cut.
But that you can still get to it if you just go into the room and then there's a side door. So it literally adds a couple seconds. So
Yeah,
I
you still have the pathway. So
Yeah, I'm more interested with players abusing the room because we saw Hydra in the first game against FaZe was literally just jumping across the ceiling of the room, and FaZe were like trying to come in and get anywhere near, and there was one player just shooting under him, and he's just jumping up and down. He's like a mosquito on the ceiling. They're trying to swat him, and they just could not. And it was FaZe got clipped by Thieves like a couple times um, because of the exposure and the new stuff that's happened in Overload. Like the new changes really did hurt Thieves on FaZe on that first day, which is actually quite funny because we were
yeah,
just talking about that.
but they learned quick and they switched it up.
They did learn quick. That was pretty nice of them. Um, and then also so yeah, we had that all come in the season one update. So I was just a little bit about the season one update. You've played a lot more than me. I've played like half a day maybe. So go on, let me know what you
I,
think
I,
about the
I mean,
maps.
hey, I like the new maps. Hey, like I said last week, I'm a BO2 stan. You give me standoff, I'm a like standoff. I'm sorry, like my hands are in the air here, but I love the nostalgia. Okay, fight me. Um, but other than that, the actual new maps, the Utopia, Odyssey, and Fate,
Yep.
all solid maps except Odyssey. You stake out 2.0, please. Why is it so close? But no, if you want some camos, hey, hop in Odyssey and have a good time. What was it? Utopia. Utopia is a Rio ripoff from MW3. Pretty sure
Yep.
it's Rio. It's the
Yeah,
same sort of vibe.
that's the vibe I was
And
getting from it.
hey, I like Fate as well. I like the outplayability with the TPs you have in Fate. Right, we're here playing Splitgate 2.0. We're loving life. We're running in one side of the map, going in mid. We're going the other way. We're behind them, and they're dead. Nice, sorted.
Yeah,
Hit
honestly,
the
my
CDL Mega
my
Fans.
my opinions differ a little bit. I actually did not mind the standoff when I played it. I've only played a couple maps of it. Odyssey, yeah, it's literally just a camo
We
map in it,
still
really.
we don't say that's when you want to turn your brain off. That's when you want to turn your
Yeah,
brain
you
off.
literally just want to run and just like not do anything. I can't even imagine that map with streaks as well because we played it in the mosh pit where you were a lot.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine if you didn't have streaks. Fate, yeah, I feel like Fate and Odyssey were like the two that could be maps that get brought into the rotation, but I don't think they're good enough to be. I think they're good maps. I think they're like just generally, but Fate, I feel like there's too much elevation, and then you've got TPs. It just adds a load of randomness and RNG. So I don't know how that would work. And Utopia probably is viable. I would have to see how the pros go and scrim on it, but like when I was just like looking at it, I felt like it was just too tiny, and I prefer maps that are more the size of Scar and Den. So maybe it's just a
Yeah.
personal preference.
No.
And then the new
Hey,
guns, which I haven't tried any of them, so you're gonna have to tell me entirely everything. Actually, I've tried the Cadet for Cadet. I
we
the
don't know how to say
the
this
new
SMG.
I tried the new SMG for one life when I killed it off a guy and I went on a 8 streak, so that's all I
Yeah,
know. Like
the Forgot is great, close range, long range you lose a bit, but then again it's an SMG, so this is what you're expecting. But close range it does obliterate, and hey, the Maddox,
yep.
you can't go wrong with the Maddox. I mean, you destroy, but then again these are DLC weapons, so they're probably going to get nerfed into the ground. But before they do, Maddox is amazing. You're beaming people, close, long, doesn't matter. They're there, they're dying. And Dan is a very happy man. He just needs to unlock
I
it now.
love Black Ops 4. My favorite gun, probably I can think of in any Call of Duty, is the Maddox. So to see that come back, all I need now is the blue and orange, blue and pink camo, the glowing reactive camo that turned green and yellow, and then that would make my life entire. Because the elo's already perfect. It literally is my Maddox. I cannot say, and I haven't even used it yet, and I just love it. Your
Until it feels.
nostalgia for Black Ops 2, my nostalgia for Black Ops 4. Honestly, I just love the Maddox.
Hey, we're both Treyarch people.
We love Treyarch games. Black Ops 3 as well. Black Ops 3 is up there. I just for a competitive game, Black Ops 4 is my favorite. Black Ops 3
Definitely.
is one of the most fun I've ever had as well. First COD. So, alright, should we get into the games?
Let's get into the games.
Anything else you want to say?
Uh, I don't know. Let's up the map pool, guys. That's all I want to say. Let's up the map pool because I'm seeing double maps. I'm seeing triple maps. I'm piggybacking off of last week, and I'm fed up.
That is a very fair point. I was actually going to have a look at this, but now I'm just looking through my notes. Scar Den Den,
Okay.
exposure, Den Scar, exposure, exposure Den, Scar Scar, exposure Den Den. These are the maps. These are the maps that they picked. Colossus. There we go. First Colossus was on day 2, game 2. So we had to go through 4 series before we got our first Colossus. Then Colossus Raid Den Den Den. Colossus Colossus Den Scar Scar. there's not really much to it. Scar Den exposure Scar.
Like, please,
It's
can we
yeah.
have
Can we
a
just get some like
yeah.
different? But okay, so we'll get into the start. So day one, we had Optic versus Falcons. I'm not really gonna go much on this. Optic went on 1-3-0. It was a 250 to 154. In that map, so I'm just gonna be reading my notes. Optic and give you a play-by-play. So Optic won 250 to 154. The start was close, but then Optic really just ran away with it with the P2 rotations. They just showed that they were world champions. There was not actually anything special. I don't think there was any highlight plays. It was just great teamwork by Optic. Then we went into map 2, where Optic ran them again, kind of, but there was Pred who was there. He got a 1v2, gave Falcons a little bit of momentum and gave him a Hellstorm, even if he didn't use it properly. Uh, but yeah, that there was not really much to Falcons punch in this match. Optic were absolutely outrunning them, and then it came straight to another respawn and they absolutely wiped the floor with Falcons. They were taking the piss at the end, just holding the overload. There was literally not much I could say other than the overload changes really went and made the better team play better. So have you got any notes?
Optic on top. We never faltered, my man. We've been here. We don't get scared. World champions. This is like one of the matches I did actually watch before I had work. And hey, we got this.
Hmm.
We're back to back to back, baby.
I will give Falcons credit. Kismet did look really good on the sniper in map
Yeah.
2, but the only positives they really had was that the Kismet was looking good on the sniper and Pred went on 1v2 that gave him a couple rounds because he went on a bit of a
Which,
streak.
which are just moments you're expecting from ex world champions.
Yeah, exactly. So they both popped off to go and give themselves a little bit of a chance in an S&D, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like their respawn was looking horrendous when they were playing Optic, and I don't know whether that's Optic looking incredible or if it's Falcons looking bad. So
Yeah.
I mean, I really wasn't taking it with much because we already saw from Monsters that Falcons weren't looking too hot and Optic were looking like the best team in the world. So I didn't really take that 3-0 with like oh my god, Falcons are horrendous. I took
It
it
took
as
him
more just Optic won, lol.
lol.
Yeah, it's quite funny. We're starting off with this game, but that is like the one where I probably have the least amount of notes. But just because it's like it was just a game that yeah, like okay, yeah, Optic won. Optic beat the D tier team. S tier team beat D tier team. Like wow, okay.
We also nailed it in our predictions. 3-0.
We did nail it in our predictions. Yeah. Yeah, we did get that one right. Alright, going over to Breach Ravens. That was the second game of the series. We were actually really excited about this. Because I mean we had
Apparently, we gave Ravens too much credit, apparently.
I don't even think we gave Ravens too much credit. Lurks looked really good. So in the series, Breach did win it 3-1. It was a 250 to 153 on Colossus. Then Ravens went and won map 2 on Scar 6-5. And then map 3 was 3-2 to Breach. And map 4 was 250 to 214. But yeah, one of my highlights of the entire thing was that Breach outclassed the entire team, but Lurks looked really good in the game. In the first series, he kept him in the first rotation. Second rotation, he couldn't quite keep up, and Breach just ran away with it on the Colossus. And Cammy picked up when Snoopy was going double neg. I mean, you can't really say much more. I put down Cold War Cammy back because he literally was looking incredible on Colossus.
War Cammy ever coming back? We say
Yeah,
this every year. He has a
yeah.
good series where they're like, oh, Cold War Cammy.
Yeah, but he was doing it in the off season as well. So Cammy's looking really good. But then also, I'm happy for Snoopy that he finally has a team where when he can go double neg, they still go and win the map 250 to 153. Like I'm just happy that he has an actual team around him. Um,
Yeah.
and then we got to round 11 in map 2. Thank God. Who doesn't love a round 11? The only way a round 11's better is if it's map 5. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. Um, but round 2, oh yeah, so the Breach were really nice with their plays. They went and properly coordinated four-man pushes. They went and surrounded Ravens, and that was a really cute play that I wrote down because I really liked the coordination to go and run through B and just force them into A, and then they have to be shooting four different angles, like getting surrounded. Um, I was just reading this. Have you got any more notes about Breach in their map 2 or anything?
Well, I mean, I see. I should have gone back and watched these games because I was in work, so I was just listening to them all. So
Yeah.
I didn't really keep up
Well, there
with.
wasn't there wasn't really much more. It was both teams were just playing pretty well. They got to round 11. Um,
But to be fair, these are two
Breach,
teams that were close together anyway, like in
yeah,
our rankings as is.
yeah.
So
Rereads it,
I
yeah.
mean,
So this could have been a 3-0 because Breach were gifted it. So yeah, they that round 2, Breach had that full surrounding, and Ravens managed to fight out of it in a 3v4 situation and go and shoot outgun everyone whilst getting shot in the back and in the front. And then Snoopy in round 8 went for a play to go and get bomb down, and it gifted Crazer 2k. Um, and just gifted them 2 rounds, and like if you swing either of them rounds, it goes towards Breach, and we look at a 3-0. Map 3, we had a 1-1 half, which is going to be a bit of a recurrent theme within Overload, is that the better team goes and plays the bad half round 1 at half of first half, then it goes similar score 1-0 or a 2-1, or in this case a 1-1, and then the second half they just go and start running away.
when they get to the good side,
Yeah, exactly, when you get onto the good
I
side.
can hear
Uh, it was a 3-2 though, so it wasn't as much of a runaway, but it was just a lot better. And then map 4, um we had to sit there for, because you were working, we had to sit there for over an hour waiting between map 3 and 4. One thing, production never gets improved, no matter what we do, but it's just always there. So I went to bed myself. That's because I was like, there's no way I'm watching this. So I watched in the morning, and Breach were just absolutely class on map 4. On Scar, they were so good. They were so aware of spawns. Their comms were amazing. Uh, on the literally, like, you could see 2 arrows turn around as soon as they realized that Lurks was on the flank, and they shut him down instantly. He didn't even get a chance to play. Um, and yeah, Breach looked really, really good on the exposure. It was a lot closer of a game, but they were just like, they were well aware, and their hard points are looking really good. And I'm excited to see them play other teams that probably are in the higher echelon, something like a Thieves or a FaZe, and see how they do against them. Okay,
no,
so
positive.
yeah, overall positive. I really did like this Breach team, and I also thought, even though they lost 3-1, I thought Ravens actually played pretty well as well. I would love to see them when they play another team, um, just see how much they go and change.
There is a lot of upset potential here. Like some of these teams down like
Yeah,
in middle of the pack that are fighting each other and going the distance have a chance that when they come up against a big dog, they might be able to tip the scales in their favor and find their way through. You never
yeah.
know.
Outside of like an optic, I feel like the
Mm.
yeah the upset potential is incredible this year.
Oh,
The teams look really close to each other. That might just be a start of season thing that everyone's new to
yeah.
the game, but yeah, honestly, when you look at it, you're like, oh, these guys could shoot on their day, and you say that with a lot of the teams. Like, that's why it's quite funny though. You have teams like Falcons in detail last week, and you have
Yeah.
Celium, Kismet, Pred, and it's like, yeah, because they've just not looked good yet, but and other kids have looked insane. Like people like Kremp, I want to give him credit. We haven't even got to the G2 game yet. Kremp has looked incredible this year. So we'll go and carry on with the final game of day one, Thieves versus FaZe. It was a 3-0, but it wasn't really. as clean of a 3-0 as you would think. Thieves won 250 to 225 in the first game on Den, but and then the map 2 went to Thieves as well, 6-4 on Scar, and then the exposure I do not actually have written down, but I'm assuming it was. Wait,
It's 5.
exposure was the 5-4 OT, yes.
Yeah.
Um, so starting off, 04 looked really good. FaZe went up 89 to 29, and it was all off the back of 04. He looked incredible. Um, and then Simp finally pulled out the Dravik. Now, just talk to us a little bit like about the off season with Simp.
Well, Sim seems to think that now he hasn't got his little SMG buddy, that now he needs to run an AR. And I saw it. But Sim, you're one of the best in the game with the SMG. Like, why are we putting it away? Like, what's going? Bring it out. Let's go. Why are we? Look, I know you lost your best mate, right? And it's upsetting. And you lost your AR guy who is having a bad time on Falcons. But hey, we forget about him. You just, and I know nothing, but still, bring out the SMG. Go on, go where you're happy, and pick up where you left off. I don't see why it has to be any different.
Yeah, it really does baffle me.
Does he not trust his new pickup in a boozer? Maybe he doesn't trust him. Maybe the camp is wavering. We don't.
My thoughts on it is that because I'm pretty sure Simp's going to switch to the flex role, so he's now like the second AR on maps. But the Travik can beam people, so you might as well just be playing the flex with a Dravik. You might as well be playing 3 Draviks on some of these maps. So I don't know. He finally pulled out the Dravik. Went 36 and 26, looked exactly like Simp that you would expect. So I can't really say much more that he finally listened and he put that M15 down and actually looked really good. But holy shit, Simp needs Abizi. If Abizi's popping like he did in this second rotation, he went on an 11 streak to go and bring the game back for Thieves, and then yeah, he was absolutely popping. He killed everyone multiple times over. It's like practically 3 wipes by himself. He was absolutely frying. And Kenny, I need to give Kenny credit as well, because everyone has been shitting on Kenny, but Kenny played so well in this game, in this series. He had a point to prove, and everyone's gonna ignore now that he like had a bad off season. And I'm just like wondering how long it's gonna take for everyone to go and realize that Kenny actually is decent, and he just had a bad event with the Monsters Invitational. You got any thoughts on Abizi and Kenny as pickups for Thieves?
Well, I'm just wondering who got the better edge of the deal here, like Simp and 04 or Abizi and Hydra. Who got the who got the backup?
I think if you're looking at it from the Tiny Terrors, I think Abizi got the better deal.
Yeah.
Abizi got such a stronger team with, I mean, you got Scrappy, Hydra. Doesn't matter who your third is, but Kenny's a fucking world champion as well. He's insane.
Yeah. Where FaZe just picked up the Silver Surfers from last year.
Yeah, you just picked up 2 sets of Silver Surfers to go and hope that you go and make a gold team. Like,
yeah,
I'm not too sure if it makes it that way. I suppose they have both won themselves, Strata and Simpson. Maybe they can go and help a Boozer at 04 over the hump. But so far, I don't quite know how I feel about this FaZe team. They make me they're very Marmite with me. Like,
you either love it or you hate them.
yeah, exactly. But going on to map 2, so that was a 6-4 on the Scar. Abuza looked so silly with this sniper GA rule. He was just like running away. First round of the game, he gets put into a 1v3 or 1v4, and his first thought is, I'm gonna run back spawn. And the second Thief think of that, they absolutely run him down. and literally lose his gun straight away. And the same thing happens round 6. So 6 rounds into the game, they were literally had lost their gun, and they were up 4-1. So by round 6, they were winning. Like, yes, they won, but like they had lost their sniper, and then I suppose this might actually be a reason to why the sniper only has 2 lives, because after they lost the sniper, Thieves went and won every single round and won 6-4. So now that I'm thinking about it, I just read the notes again. Yeah, maybe the sniper thing is important, and Scrappy's onto something because that literally won them the map, potentially.
Scrappy's like, I was trying to tell you or something.
Yeah,
Why
no,
have you?
I think I've literally just changed my thoughts as I was saying it, because I was about to say how silly he looked, which he did look silly, but like it actually does kind of have a reason for it, because he did not look as good with the AR. Now that I'm looking back,
It was a
he
different play, wasn't it?
yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
change how you play midway through
Yeah,
the game.
yeah, that's true. He's completely switch of the gun. Maybe Scrappy's onto something. So personally, I'd rather just see the sniper the entire time, and they did look really silly. But this is the big one. All right, I'm gonna be here for a couple of seconds, so you have to stick with me.
Yeah, here he goes.
Exposure, and overload. What a map! First half, we don't really need to talk about. First half started off 1-1. Yeah, Thieves were just there, FaZe were just there, and then the second half is where we went and got into real territory, because um well, actually, no, ending of first half, Scrappy did go and lose the ball, as you said earlier, which was one of the funniest things I've seen. And not the first time he does it. Um, because I'm pretty sure he does it again in the Falcons game. So Scrappy just does not know how to grab the ball. Um,
Yeah.
so the ball gets missed, and then because he doesn't pick it up, they go into the half 1-1. But it goes and brings absolute cinema, because Thieves go up 4-1 in the series, 4-1 in the series, 4-1 in the map, and it looks like it's all said and done. And with 2 minutes left, they somehow string together to go and bring it back to 4-4, included an overtime goal. So they brought it to 4-3 in regulation, and then because they were holding the ball, they managed to go and cap the ball onto the objective. And then I might have to go and add up video here whilst I'm talking, but um, as they go and cap the ball, they go and kill 2 players. But because their entire team went for this one goal, it gave Abeezy and Hydra a free run at the next objective. So when the objective came up, Abeezy picked up the ball, Hydra ran to make sure B was clear, killed 04 on the
Yeah.
ladder. He got absolute RNG'd onto the ladder, and Abeezy runs home with the ball to go and win Thieves the series. And it was one of the most incredible things. And I will go and put this up actually, because that was just absolute cinema to go and watch. So yeah, we're going to day 2 now. You ready?
Yeah.
Start.
Heretics versus Koi.
Heretics
The
versus Koi. I'll go and start this off.
grudge
Koi
match.
were up 3-2, won 3-2. They went and absolutely dominated the first map, 250 to 85. Map 2 went to Heretics, where they won 6-5. And then we went back to another respawn where Koi went and brought in the first Mercy rule of the year with an 8-0. And then Heretics managed to win a hard point, 250 to 199 on Den, to go and bring it to map 5, where Koi were just a little bit too strong. So, do you want to go for it?
Well, I mean, this was the grudge match of the the whole off season, with everything with that Real and went to Koi, and then Koi's tweets. The Twitter was going crazy. Sorry, X was going insane.
You can say
Whilst they
whichever.
were, yeah, whilst they were sorting out this negotiation, obviously, and bringing it online always just add a little bit of salt to the wounds. But yeah, honestly, Koi started out really, really hot. Watching that map one, I thought, oh yeah, okay, cool. This is a 3-0 series where we're moving on to the next. This is going to be an early night, second game in. Let's go. Until we move on to the S&D, and Heretics bring it back slowly. We're gradually seeing them do something. Okay, maybe they're waking up. They're figuring it out. Right, if they can sneak a thing here, they might be running it. Until we get onto this overload. Now, I don't know if Heretics have been playing Overload. I don't know what they've been doing. But that wasn't the best. It was a bit shocking. I'm not gonna lie. And I've also seen on like podcasts they're turning down scrims with like Optic, who are a good overload team. Why don't you scrim them and you can improve? But you don't want to because you play them in a couple of weeks on an online game at the beginning of the season. Like what? Okay, cool. They know what you do a little bit. We can watch the games, guys. We know what you're doing. Anything, and by the looks by this overload, you're doing nothing. So, what's going on there?
Yeah,
It,
one of
it
the
is
key indicators to how both teams, how Heretics were looking so horrendous though was Triggs. Like in the hard point, Koi started off 131 to 0. You look at Triggs's KD, which might not be true because of the whole scoreboard glitch, but he was 2 and 10. He ended the map. Bearing in mind they only got 85 points. He ended the map at 11 and 22. You go on to the map 3. He ended the game 12 and 22. Like he is getting absolutely body slammed by Koi in
it
this series.
could be first series jitters. I mean, I'm gonna put it down for that, but he needs to step it up
Yeah,
because
I
he's
think he
trying to
ended with a
fuse, and we can clearly see that he ain't for them.
Yeah,
Like,
he got a bit more comfortable in the map 4, where he managed to go and up his KD in the entire series to a .87, but it was not a good debut. And I was just, yeah, the main thing I was gonna ask you about was just like Trakes. What did you think about him on his debut?
well, I feel like if he wants to stay, he's gonna have to figure something out and figure something out quick because that first showing, I mean, he just looked lost.
Yeah,
Like,
it really was a super effort from the rest of the boys. Although he did look okay in the map 2 S&D, but like having one good map does not go and make you a
yeah,
good player.
I mean, anyone can be
Rancor,
competitive,
Rancor
you know.
Super and Metals, I believe they're for us. Yeah,
Hmm.
they really went and managed to scrape it. You always expect an underdog to win an S&D and scrape an S&D, so that was quite nice. But I was really impressed by map 4 when he finally stepped up in one of the respawns. They did go and get it. Or the only thing is that Koi might have just had their eye off the ball. This guy went double negging both respawns. They were
Also,
not expecting him to pop.
mention Kleenex. Man's running the AR now. He was looking nasty
Yeah,
during this series. If the
he's
man
what
can do
Sim
it,
wants to be.
yeah.
He's literally.
He's like, hey, you want me to run the AR? I got you. Don't worry about it. You
Yeah,
want me to do this? Calm.
Kleenex is a serious player that we need to be looking at because he's still very young and he can when some of these people retire in the next couple
Hmm.
of years, he is going to be an absolute shooter and an old head that you want on your team. Um,
Of course.
I just everything about Kleenex I just really like. He's just clean with his gameplay. He's like he really, even though he does the dirty work, he does it so well that you
Mhm.
sometimes don't even notice it. And when he's frying, like your team is winning. And Koi are
Yeah.
really lucky to have him. Um, but yeah. So also talk about new players. Just quickly as well. We wrote about Drakes. Real popping into Koi. What were your thoughts on that? Because I said before, oh, he'll just go and plug and play like they did
Yeah.
before. Um, they just improved on the player, I guess. Beans to Real or
Pretty
A
much.
technically.
Well, even I'm pretty sure Real was saying in the post match interview, he was like, it's a very decent system they have there anyway. So and like he was saying something about his language barrier, about how now he's speaking English in comms a lot more than he was, than he's speaking Spanish, obviously. And for him, bit being his second language, does he struggle sometimes? Where in a team like Koi, I have a feeling like you're not going to struggle that much as long as you're doing your job. And like, because I would say like Real, he's probably not a big like comma as it is it? Like I
No.
wouldn't say he's going to be the main voice in that Discord call because he's not. So as long as you can do your part in the Koi system, which has always been a good system, you can't go wrong with their team, even
No.
if it used to be ultra. But hopefully Real can just add that little bit of something that maybe pushes them forward
Yeah, the
up to the next.
extra. I mean, yeah, the extra just flair of the amount of kills you can get. That's what you just need is like an X factor. Um, because you already have three incredible players It just
Yeah.
added, it's literally just improvements, and I mean you can't go wrong. Like Koi really do know what they're doing when they're playing. Insight and CleanX have been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Jojo Seeds looks like a nice player, although he doesn't look as good on this game. But I mean, it's been one series, so.
Yeah. Give him a chance.
Alright, should we go on to the second game of that day? Um, Gentlemates versus Surge. Now, this is gonna this is either gonna be very similar to the Optic game or gonna be the opposite, and I'm just gonna keep on talking about how, because I do not know where to start with this. In the first series, in the first map, they went and lost. Surge lost 250 to 152. In the second map they lost 6-3, and in the third map they lost 4-1. It wasn't close in any of the gameplays, and we're going to start off. Map 1, Envoy was pulling out the Razor.
Hey man,
I
that's a
don't
good
know
gun.
I don't know if he was taking the piss because he was going double neg and his team was still rolling. Um,
He was
what?
probably just testing it out against a team that he knew
Yeah.
they could beat easily.
The thing
Like
is,
he was doing this stuff back in Cold War. He really wanted to use the Uzi on that Optic Chicago team, and he kept
yeah,
bringing it out, and it
yeah,
kept. Again, I was
yeah,
watching the watch party clips, and they were there like, "Hey, stop!
yeah, yeah.
Get back out, mate. What are you doing?"
Yeah, he did pull it out to go neutral and then pulled out the Razor again, which makes me think that he was leans it towards more that he was trying something. Because yeah, they actually yeah, it was P3. Envoy was 5 and 11 when he pulled out the Dravik again. Because in the
Yeah,
first set of the rotation, Surge actually kept it close. Um, and in their listening, they actually did sound decent enough. I'm looking forward to them not playing someone like Gentlemates because we've only
yeah.
seen them once. We've seen them play a top two team, so we don't have a proper gauge of how good they are. But they had a good effort in the first rotation, but Gentlemates just literally showed why they're one of the best teams in the world right now.
And Surge next week they have Koi. That's
Oh,
not nice either.
oh,
They don't get a decent game until Cloud9, which is next Saturday. Well, this
oh
Saturday,
wow.
sorry.
Oh, so they're playing Friday, Saturday this week.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday this
Okay.
week.
Well, I feel like yeah, they need to. They will need to find help for Gwyn because he was the only person looking like he was shooting at times. Legend
Mhm.
had a couple moments. I don't want to bash on him too much because it is his first match and
Yeah.
this isn't his first game and this isn't his first language. It's like this, this poor guy has actually just been thrown into the deep end with a top two team, but. We'll go into map 2 because I don't want to bash him in much, but literally we go into the first round of the game and Neptune gives Legend a welcome to the league moment because he absolutely destroys him on 17 HP. This will also be shown on the clip. He Neptune won his first gunfight and Legend comes through on 17 HP and loses the gunfight. Oh, you do not love to see that because you imagine your teammates scream, "One shot, one shot, one shot," and you go through like, "Yeah, I'm gonna clean it. I'm dead." It's like, oh, what am I gonna do? What, bruh,
We've all seen it. We've all seen
bruh.
it.
And then what do you do in the comms though? Because your teammate is just thinking, how has he not got that? And he's like, does he try and bullshit in the comms? Yeah, he was a one shot. I hit him. um, but no, yeah. It wasn't very gentle from the mates because they went up 4-0 and it didn't look close. Um,
Mhm.
there wasn't really much to it. I can't say a 6-3 was a close game. Like they had a couple rounds, but it was probably M8 taking the piss again because Envoy, that guy seemed like he was taking the piss this series. And that's where we're coming to map 3, where Envoy's clip. Um, I don't know how I'll go and edit this, whether I'll go and post it, but whether I'll go and pause us. But Envoy's clip and giving him a welcome to the league moment. Legend was getting absolutely done in um by the M8 by this point.
Mhm.
Um yeah, so I'll I'll go and post the clip right now.
Oh, she couches.
Couch, dead.
Nice,
Inner,
was Xavier,
couch.
Nice.
Inner, dead. Three. I'm
Nice.
going. Bug me on ball.
Not a ball, not a ball. Probably middle or something.
It's legend, bro. He's lost. I'm going there. I'm absolutely.
That's not legend though. He's one shot. He's one shot.
Bro, saying it's legend, he's just lost. It's legend 2, he's lost is not only disrespectful, but it's wrong. It wasn't legend. He literally was giving his team fake comms just to make him go chow. Like that is like another level of disrespect. That you like.
Don't worry about it. Just fucking swing.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, Envoy played really well in this map. Legend did not.
He's also come out to say that he meant no disrespect in the comp, but hey, Envoy, it sounded
Yeah.
like you.
It sounds really bad.
Just a poor listening moment. If the listening moment wasn't there, you would have been fine.
I suppose it could be a hype moment to like try to hype up your team and all that, but like literally seeing Lunas and going, it's legend, he's lost, was just unreal. And then we get on to the third game, which was probably my game of the day. This was an incredible game, G2 versus C9. We had a lot of European representation here as well. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. We had Afro and Beans. I thought one of the teams had European. I went through them then. I was like, yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, on
Right.
Cloud9. G2 don't, I don't think.
Huh? No, G2
G2
don't because they have Mamba.
Yeah.
They have Mamba and Skies, Astral, Krem.
Yeah.
Alright, so we start off the series. We go Colossus, Colossus, Den, Scar, Scar. Colossus goes 250 to 221 in C9's favor. With this, the ARs of G2 really, really were not there. The subs were popping off. Kremp, who I won't mention earlier, he is incredible. Same for Estriel. They were both playing how well they were in the Monster Invitational. They're elite. But they were literally looking like they were going to have a kill race, but then you have your ARs going 12 and 22 and 18 and 29. You're not going to win a series. Like, and this is at the point when they're up 10 points. They're up 197 to 187. Like, how incredible were their performances to go and bring us to this situation where both your ARs are double neg, but you're winning by 10 points.
Yeah.
They were literally incredible for this first map.
Yeah, they're just saying, yeah, just hop on the hill, guys. Just soak time.
Yeah, that is literally what you're doing. And then with that as well, Beans, not Afro, even though the CDL production went and put up Afro for Beans and Beans for Afro. Beans, because I read his name rather than looking at a picture, went from double neg to streaking and breaking P3 on the third set, winning C9 the game. So even though the Kremp and Estral, I think, were both on like 38 plus kills, they somehow still lost the series. It's just like, it's crazy. Map 2.
You can kill you. It's not TDM. Doesn't matter how much you kill.
Yeah, honestly, the just the gameplay from C9, they seem better coordinated. G2 were relying a lot on their SMGs to go and slay, and they still weren't winning. Like, so there really needs to be something from Skies or Mamba there. Map 2, I have one note, and I said, unlucky Afro, that triple nade, ha ha ha, because I don't know if you've seen in round 6, he's just there, and all you see is just 3 nades on his screen come flying at him at the same time, and he stands on the ledge, he stands there and just gets 3 nades to the face. It's dead, instant. And that was over. But that went into the favor of G2. It was 6-2, so it wasn't really close. So that's why I didn't have many notes. Then we go to map 3, which ended up 4-1 to C9. Once again, I have here about the G2 ARs, but they were looking better on the AR map. So maybe it was a thing of not playing well on Colossus because that's the SMG map. But G2 had some really good rotations with the ball. This is on Dem where you were able to go and grab the far right ball and go and wrap it all the way around to B. Because every team is always going for B when you're playing Dem.
No one is pushing that A side.
No.
That is just finding a death warrant. Like,
Yeah, it needs to be adjusted in some way because it is just hit B every single time unless you're absolutely dominating the other team.
But I don't know where you would move that A point to.
Just a bit closer maybe, so there's like a reason to go for it.
Yeah, true. Like if it like just at the end of the car, maybe.
Yeah,
So you're kind of
yeah,
protected by
potentially.
the car until you're getting to it, not out of the car in
Yeah,
a bit. So you're legit running into their line of sight, like, "Hello,
yeah,
shoot me!"
yeah, literally. And same for the other one is you have like the bookcase. Maybe just move it a little bit closer to the bookcase. I don't know if that'll
Just
be too
for a
close
little
though.
bit more protect there, a little bit more protection.
Yeah,
Otherwise, well, because one of them is legit in a little hut,
yeah,
like in the back left of the map.
yeah,
If you,
yeah.
as soon as you pass that open bit, you got it. And even if they spawn and run up the stairs to the edge, they're not going to kill you in
Yeah,
time
they
for
haven't got.
using.
If you dive across, there's no chance of them getting you. Yeah, it's
You're
kind of
secure
annoying.
unless there's someone already in the room.
Yeah. So we go to map 4, and we have Scar 250 to 225 to C9. So C9 take both the One of this is wrong.
Yes, this is amazing.
Yeah, I've just read it. I've got C9 winning map 3 and 4, but they couldn't have. We'll go and see if my notes. Oh no,
I'm just
this
gonna
is definitely the one that went into C9's favor because I have Afro Holy 43 and 27. That is like the one thing. Afro in my Astros, um, or Astros in my Afro. Jesus Christ, he is incredible. I was saying it all of last year in watching the challenges that he needs to be in the league, and then he literally comes in with a 43 and 27 performance because he's so good. C9 run late again. Yeah, it would have gone 4-1 to
Yeah,
G2.
Cloud9 won both the hard points. G
Yeah,
G2 won the
yeah, I thought
others.
they did win both the hard points because I have late game run again from C9. Um,
Mhm.
Yeah, but the spawns did go and give them a bit of a chance because in P4 in the second rotation, they just got a free gift of a spawn at the back, which is not the first time we're going to see this because we get that later on again. Both Afro and Estral were just like making plays for their teams. It was really close. But yeah, as I said, C9 just had a really late run. Estral elite, Afro elite. I can't really say much more. They were like the two standouts from both teams in my opinion.
Mhm.
And then map 5,
Oh,
uh,
Vivid.
yeah,
We
poor
pro.
Vivid. I think Vivid kind of costed this map 5 for C9 because they managed to get it to it, and then Vivid goes 0-7, not a single kill. Ooh.
Mhm.
He could have got a kill in the first round if there was like a glitch or whatever, but that's like all I have right now is like, yeah,
I'm looking at
the scoreline
it.
says that he went 0-7, so that's what I'm taking as gospel.
Yeah, we listened
Yeah.
to the scoreboard. Nothing
Yeah, it
else.
was kind of an anticlimactic ending to a really good series. Um,
Mhm.
G2, we thought we're gonna win anyway. I'm pretty sure we had in the pick'ems.
Well, we
Yeah,
nailed
we
this
had
one.
we had 3-2. That was a direct prediction. We just
Yeah,
didn't predict for Vivid to go and get pooped on.
get 007.
Alright, and then we go to day 3. Feeds Falcons. Opinions on Falcons after this game.
Uh, they were looking better. I wouldn't say they weren't as good as they should be with the roster they have, but they made improvements from their first match, I would say.
I don't even think they were looking better. 6-0 in the S&D and 5-1 in map 3 in the overload. They literally only won their first game because Exit went 39 kills. That is
And
the
he ended the series negative. 0.93
You
at the
didn't
end of
need
the
to go and
series.
say that point. Jesus Christ,
Sorry,
I did not know. I did not know. I did not know that. That I genuinely did not know who they ended the series
0.7.
negative.
Kismet with a 0.7.
Oh jeez. Yeah,
It's not looking
that's
good.
incredible. Yeah, so I had an excellent. He started off 21-13. I was like, oh, it's a much nicer start. They were up 120 to 112. Um, but one thing that really pointed out to me was that they won that map because of the God Spawn of Kismet. This is what I was on
Oh,
about.
Yeah, it's true.
Thieves had everyone looking forwards, and then Kismet spawns behind them, even though the two of them were trying to block that spawn,
hmm
and he just shoots them both in the back because they don't expect him to spawn there.
This is true.
And it was
Treyarch
just, yeah,
gave it to.
it,
They were
it
like,
was
here.
it was literally gifted, along with Exton again 39 kills, but that wasn't gonna happen again. As you said, he ended the series negative. Which how do you do that when you? I swear it was double pos in that first game.
How many kills did he have that map one? He had 39 that map one. He ends the entire series with 85. So the next
He had
3.
half of his kills in one game and then played 2 more respawns. See, that's what I mean. Like that's not gonna be constant. So you need some of the other players to step up, but then also like you need him to go and step up. Like literally just give us a 1 KD in the other game modes.
I mean, Celium and Pred, other than the S&D, both going positive.
Yeah.
Kismet
Okay.
had
So-
a hard time as
So
well.
it's a thing on Kismet for this game.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go too hard on Xnid, but it wasn't great for him after map one. One thing that really pointed out to me. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Exit can't be God every game. Okay, he
Yeah.
can't. He can't keep up the 39 kills.
Yeah,
as
but
he
being
does.
average is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Fair.
Thieves listening, Kenny's comms are so good. Like it's the intangibles that like people don't look at. I was saying earlier about how good he is as a player, and literally you just go and listen to one listening with him, and you see why Kenny's picked up for this team. He is incredible at common, and it just goes and makes the game so much easier for the rest of the team.
Mhm.
But we'll go on to map 2. The first 6-0 of the year, Falcons looked hopeless. I really don't want to bash them because they did win a map. They won a map with luck.
They won one. It's okay. They won a
Round
map.
round
You know what?
5.
Better than they did last year.
It is better than they did last year, I suppose. I suppose that's what
last
happens when you throw a bag at Kismet and Celium.
Yeah.
You go and win one map.
We just weren't what the team was last year. Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't even tell you. I don't remember.
But
But
the round 5 from Falcons was making me lose my shitting cool with you, wasn't it? When
yes.
Exted runs and he gets the bomb and he goes for the plant, and then a couple rounds earlier he got killed off bomb, so it makes sense. But they throw down a trophy to make sure that doesn't happen again. So you have 2 smokes and a trophy over you, so you can't get naded. Just put the bomb down. But no, what does he do? He goes and runs and tucks into the corner. And then not only that, he's the entry onto the Chow onto Thieves' side, but no one backs him. So he just goes and runs bomb at their spawn. And then they get to that point. I think Falcons bring it back to like a 2v2, and then Pred tries to wrap the entire spawn with 15 seconds left. It's what are you doing? Just plant the bloody bomb. Oh my god, I was getting so angry at him. It was just like I can't imagine what Clayster said to him afterwards, because it's just plant the bomb.
Imagine
plant it.
Matt in that VOD session after now, and must not have been fun.
Yeah, literally, just plant the bomb. Like I don't know what they were doing.
Do we need to look at the board?
Yeah.
The bomb.
You have the bomb, you have 2 smokes down, the smoke is cut, in front of you's cut, smoked. Like, you have a trophy to make sure you don't get naded again, because I get that you would be scared of the nade, but there was literally a trophy, so if you've thrown down the trophy and not commed it, then, I mean, it kind of... But, like, you just plant the shit, you know? Just go for it. But...
Yeah. And if you think you're taking the bomb, just put flap jacket on.
Yeah, I wanna be nicer on them, because then we got into...
You've just been going in on them.
Yeah, I know. I've just gone in on them on both maps. Even the map they won, I went and said they played bad. But I'm pretty sure map 3 was not their fault, because Kenny was actually playing really decent. He's shutting up the critics. But yeah, this overload, it's really becoming a story. of that 1-0, 2-1 scoreline, and then they run away with it as they just keep on spamming
True.
B.
Whilst we were watching, you did keep calling it every time
That's
we were watching.
literally what was happening. Every single time it got to half time, it was like, okay, now they're going on to good side. They're just going to spam B. And that's exactly what Thieves did. So there's not really much more you can do if you're Falcons other than potentially go and get yourself to the point. They were fighting for their lives just to be down 1-0 at the half, I believe it was. So it was kind of an embarrassment, but they lost 5-1. And then I actually don't have any notes for map 3. It was 250 to 207. I think it was so late, I just put good hard point. Great hard point. So
I mean,
do you have any thoughts?
Around Hill 8, it got close, but then
Yeah.
LAT seemed to run away with it at the end of it.
Yeah, I'll give Falcons credit. They did go and get 207 points, so they did do pretty well.
They were keeping it close all the way up until the ending rotations, and then LAT just seemed to run away with it.
Yeah, that map 2 and 3, they were just getting bodied by Thieves, and that map 1 they shouldn't have even won anyway. It shouldn't have even got to map 4. So
yeah, it should have been done in 3.
Yeah, I sound like such a Thieves fanboy. But like that map 1 spawn for Kismet was godsend.
Shocking. Yeah,
it was terrible.
Also made us wrong in our predictions. Thanks.
Yeah, they also did go and ruin it because it should have been a 3-0 and that should have been another 2 points. Yeah, jeez. All right, so then the second map. I didn't manage to get this. M8 versus FaZe 3-2. Any thoughts?
Hang on a second. I'm getting up on breaking point. Give me a sec. Hey, FaZe did better than I expected them to do. I will put that forward now. I think we had them in Pick Ems as getting 3. Yeah, I'm getting 1 map, and they end up winning 3 of them. So hey, FaZe, you did better than I thought you were gonna do. Congratulations. I'm just quickly loading up to see the stats because I can't really remember what happened.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Gentlemates with a strong hard point to begin with, 250 to 149. FaZe bring it back to S&D, 6-3. And then in the overload, they go 6-1 for exposure. Then mates take the exposure hard point, 250 to 130. And then FaZe and 6-0 them in the final S&D. So you can always trust FaZe to win S&Ds because that's what they do apparently.
Well, S&D wins championships, so I don't blame them.
That is true. S&D do win championships.
Yeah.
All of these here had a good series, apart from Draza dropping a 0.7. Other 3, but all went positive. Neptune, the only one on Gentlemates to go positive. The other 3 are close to positive, but didn't really go over the line. I would still say Gentlemates had a good series. They might just need to up their. They just got outplayed on the S&Ds, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things where if you're just going to get NES load, all you have to do is go and improve one of the game modes, and then you can start looking towards absolutely destroying teams 3-0 or 3-1. 250 to 149, 250 to 130 really does show that Gentlemates are a proper slaying team.
Yeah.
It must have been a insane map 3 for whoever was on FaZe. For them to go and win 6-1 after being outslain so hard on map 1 and 4.
I mean, 04 had a killer of it. He dropped 33 and 20.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then S&Ds, FaZe, they can be incredible at S&Ds. As said, it wins championships, so it makes sense.
Yeah, map 2 was the Simp show. He went 10 and 6.
Yeah.
Abuza went 9 and 4.
Yeah, so it's just a nice little, it's a great time from all of them. Alright, and then the first 6-0 of the not first 6-0 actually. It's the first game 5-6-0 of the year from FaZe. They went and did that on Gentlemates in map 5.
I really thought we were going to win this series after seeing what we've seen from FaZe.
Yeah, I think
haven't looked that strong.
That's something that's actually really interesting to talk about. Is that a FaZe clutch or a Gentlemates throw?
Yeah. It might have been a Gentlemates breakdown. Not gonna lie. We've always said from the beginning that that Gentlemates have a high. This team has a high ceiling, and they started off really hot at it. And I'm saying maybe they're slowly falling.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
it
this.
doesn't seem like there was many highlight plays. It was just a straight domination from FaZe.
Yeah.
So fair play to them as they go and actually get a map series after losing. I feel sorry for FaZe having Gentlemates and Thieves on the first weekend. To go 1-1, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah, and they play Koi this week.
Oh, the little.
They've had a bad start.
And they've got Koi. Jesus.
Yeah.
FaZe will be lucky to go 2-1 out of this.
After looking at this Gentleman series, they have a chance against Koi. I wouldn't sign them out just yet. If they can figure out something to do in the hard points, they could be a demon of a team. Their S&D is looking strong.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really confused. I was looking at my CDL predictions. They're already filled out. Did you do any?
No, I haven't touched them. Well,
I
next
haven't
week,
either. Yeah, I haven't touched them either.
We've got the script, guys. We can tell you how it's going to end.
Bruh. I'm so confused. Alright, I'll go back to that afterwards. And then we have our final series because we've been going on for way too long. We've been going on for about an hour. Optic 3-1 versus G2. Not really much more to say about it. I'm actually surprised G2 even got a map. I thought Optic were going to 3-0. Optic always look really good. I actually can't remember. Why do I not have notes?
On this map one. This map one, they didn't seem to catch up to them. Minnesota always seemed just to have the out rotation of the lead by this entire game.
Yeah.
Optic all going negative. I think it was just a slow start from Optic this day. Or maybe they need to work on their scar. Maybe they were just testing it and seeing how they play against it. But obviously I wouldn't put it past G2. As we've clearly said, they are outslaying potential team, which they did this map one. They were outslaying like crazy. They were hitting everything right. Some might say they went too big too soon because the next 3 maps was all downhill for G2 moving forward.
Yeah, one thing is that on about how bad the ARs were, and now I'm looking here. Mamba going 35 and 24, Sky's going 30 and 20. They were the 2 people popping off, and Estral was going 23 and 22. Kremp also popping as well, 33 and 26. But big pickup from the ARs finally on a map like Scar. I guess it was just a small map thing with this G2 AR situation.
Shotzi struggling well, 19 and 31.
Yeah, on such a big map as well, you need someone like Dashi or Merc to be picking it up, and if they're both going neg as well, there's not really much luck for them. Then we go on to Raid S&D, where Optic won 6-4. There isn't really much here. Like Merc went 9 and 6. Mamba went 10 and 5, but it was just a pretty standard game.
It's just Raid S&D, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, one thing I really did like was Merc getting the ninja defuse, and then later on in the game, that 1v2 where he wrapped the entire map. Oh, what a lovely play that was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go on to map 3, where Optic just dominated 3-0 in the overload. It was pretty clean.
Optic are just ahead on this overload. I'm telling you right now. I swear they know things.
Yeah, absolutely. They have something that I think it's the chemistry rather than actually like knowing something. It's just that they have so much trust in their comms. Huh?
Yeah, the only team that stuck together.
Yeah.
Going through, obviously being the world champions.
Also does not help when your main AR on Den is going 15 and 25. Shout out to Skies. And then map 4 exposure, somehow, even though Optic won 250 to 113, Estral managed to go positive. And Skies once again 10 and 25. It was not a great series from Skies overall. 0.79, even though he had a 1.5 in map 1. He had an exited type series.
Yeah, they just got outslain like moving into this fight in the last 2 maps. Demoralized them, took them out back.
Yeah. So I feel like we've been talking way too long about the games, so we'll go and get onto our pick'ems for week 2. Alright, so we're going to get into the week 2 predictions after we're going to show week 1 because we're going to show that we got 17 points. We got almost every single game right. This one, we did say it could go either way, and then the FaZe upset was the only one. A couple of wrong scores because of teams like Heretics deciding to go and win the hard point for no reason. And we also thought FaZe were going to put up a bit of a fight on Thieves. Oh yeah, Falcons getting one map as well. That was just annoying. Same for G2. Like, honestly, just so annoying. But go and get that right up there. And here we go. So we go on to week 1. Ravens Falcons. This is a game where we can go and see Ravens actually look really good.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking Ravens take it.
Yep. How many
Just
maps do you
seeing
want to give Falcons? Because I think this could be a game 5.
Yeah. I'm saying this is the first chance to see if Falcons can put up a fight.
Yeah.
Which honestly they should do with the team that they have. If you don't, then we're asking some questions and we're putting some people on fraud watch. I mean, because this is
Alright, and then second game we have Breach G2. I don't really know how to think about this because you have a 1-1 team and a 1-0 team, but I feel like
Mhm.
G2 are a 1-1 team that is on the higher end that probably will go and beat out a Breach like a 3-1 or something. It really depends on if Skies actually shows up.
Yeah, I'm thinking G2 might be able to outslay Breach here.
Yeah,
And take it.
yeah, absolutely. And then map 3, just try and go through this quickly. Koi versus Surge. I've put it in. You go and say it.
3-0 Koi. Come on. Hey Legend, we love you, man. We hope you figure it out. But
I
we're
hope
not
they're gonna figure it out, but there's
saying-
no way you're figuring it out against one of the most
yeah.
well-versed teams there is in the league. Like they are literally a military.
Mhm.
What's it? What's the word? They're just like
Military.
they're
They're
just
all
yeah.
they know what they're doing.
They're insane. They're so good. Now this is a match that I really want to see. December 13th, Los Angeles Thieves versus Gentlemates. We've already seen it before at we saw it at the K-San tournament, didn't we?
Yeah, Gentlemates took it. But
Yeah.
Gentlemates have just had a punch in the face from FaZe. So
I still don't think that'll be enough. I think that'll go and bring Gentlemates back to getting into full regimen, but I feel like it
and
will be closer.
Boy and
3-2.
Ghosty against the old team.
Yeah, I want to
It's-
put Gentlemates 3-2 because of the revenge match narrative. As we get further into the season, it'll probably lean towards Thieves, but right now that Gentlemates team is looking really good, and it was an upset that they lost to FaZe.
Yeah.
Thieves won't be
Like
a team to go Neslo.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Optic Heretics, I said you.
Wait, 3. Come on, guys.
Yeah, if Trakes is looking how he looked against Koi, he's gonna be in for a rude awakening playing against Optic. And once again, it's another player that I want to see do well, but I don't think 1 week's gonna go and switch that around. Legend and Trakes are very similar in that slate. And then final game, C9 versus Surge.
I mean, C9 are gonna take it. I bet maybe Surge put up a fight. I like to see Surge maybe get one here.
I was thinking Surge go and grab an S&D or something. I think Gwyn is way
Sneak
too
one.
good. Gwyn is way
You'll
too
sneak.
good, and one of them's got to pop off with him.
Definitely, yeah.
Although that could just be a 3-0 slam. It's quite worrying. Another winnable game for Falcons against Breach. I still
Now, it
don't
would
think they're winning though.
really nice to know how the Ravens Falcons games goes before doing these big ones.
Yeah, we could do them afterwards, but no, we're doing them right now, and I think we go Breach 3-1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I have that feeling.
We didn't trust. We doubted Breach last week. We'll back them this.
And we're down them against G2 as well.
Yeah, but Falcons, they're not going to go down so easily. Surely, come on.
Yeah, if Breach go and beat G2, that I would put this to a 3-0, but I won't because we're doing it for
with
the
you.
C9 versus Heretics.
I mean, C9, take it. Come on.
Yeah, Heretics. I think they go grab an S&D here though.
Yeah, grab a map.
I'm arguing 3-2. 3-2
Oh,
C9.
you're saying it's close. Fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you think?
I'm saying 3-1. I'm saying
3-1.
they sneak one.
Okay.
Bear, you want to put 3-2? You put 3-2.
Yeah, I might have to.
You have more hope in the Spanish than I do.
Yeah. And then FaZe Koi. I feel like that's a really good game. That's a nice
No.
game. 14. I don't know which way to go with this. You start.
Koi looked strong, but they were playing against Heretics.
Hmm.
You haven't really seen them up against a tough opponent yet. So FaZe will be their first kind of one you want to see what happens with.
Historically, FaZe has always been a team that Ultra and like Insight and CleanX stumble on. So I actually might lean towards FaZe just because of that win against Gentlemates, but
Definitely 3-2. It's a
3-2?
close.
Okay.
I'm saying it's definitely a close one, especially with CleanX now on this AR and how he
Yeah.
was looking. I
That's
wouldn't count them. It could go either way.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's pretty good predictions from us. Like, I feel like this is gonna be another great week. I finally just realized what the sparks are for. I have 2 double points boosts.
Ooh.
So that's what I can do. I could go in double points boost again. That's not double points. And optics the double points game. Have it.
Well, no, we know solemnly what is going to
I
happen.
I was gonna put optic. Maybe one of these later ones. Are these there? They're still filled in.
Do Cloud9 Surge. Run it.
Huh?
Double points to
3-1?
Cloud9.
I don't know if I trust Surge to go and get a map though.
Fair.
Yeah, no, we'll save them for a later week, but we'll save them predictions. And thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for everything. Go
Yeah, I
back to
hope
the
everyone
2K.
enjoyed episode 2
Yeah,
of the last podcast.
it was a bit of a game recap ramble, so we'll probably try and reduce that. I don't know. It depends what you think. If you have any thoughts, please put them in the comments down below. All comments are welcome. Please don't be hateful.
Positive or negative. If it's negative, we're just not going to see it.
All comments are welcome. We're just not going to take the negative ones as seriously. But no, yeah, thank you for watching. All our stuff is in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.